I want to be successful, just stop explaining to the world what you're doing and just go on ahead and do it. At the end of the day, actions are going to speak louder than words no matter what. No one cares that you can talk a good game about, oh, I'm going to start this business up and it's going to be so successful and I have this whole plan. I don't care about the plan. Great, you got the plan. But can you start an attempt to do it? Can you take the risk and do it? Because it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to put it in action. And another thing I want to kind of monkey branch off of on this topic is the simple fact that, like, a lot of people really tend to not only fall under complacency when they are starting to get the validation of, oh, wow, you got this idea, great, super, but you're getting a false sense of accomplishment. A false sense of accomplishment is just hearing people tell you to your ear, wow, you're doing a great job. But you hadn't even done nothing except just tell people what you're doing or what you want to do. But you haven't even started doing it yet. You have a false sense of accomplishment. At the end of the day, what you're going to realize is that people are going to go their own way after they give you your props because they think you're doing something wonderful. And then you're going to be left alone at night thinking to yourself, damn, I really should start this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to think to yourself at night, like, damn, like, where do I begin? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, people think I'm doing this stuff, but I haven't even made no attempt yet. You feel me? You want to make sure that if you're going to talk about something, you put in the work and the action behind the scenes. And I've touched on this briefly in other videos, but the best policy is just moving in silence and then letting the results talk for you. That's the best way if you're trying to get success. You want to make sure that you know where you're at, you know where you're headed. You don't need the validation to get you there. You have to have the willpower and strength mentally to not care about the validation, because in all truth, no matter where you duck and hide, negativity is going to come in some shape or form. You're not ever going to hide from negativity. Just embrace the grind, go through the struggle, and just man it out, thug it out. It's going to take time, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The moment you start putting your future accomplishments on blast for the world to see, as if you're doing it right, as if you're accomplishing it right now, you're going to set yourself up for failure. Yeah, you might think to yourself, oh, wow, like, this is going to help me mentally get to the goal I need, because I'm sort of feeding my brain to know, okay, I'm telling people I'm doing the things I'm doing or I need to do. And I'm trying to put my whatever forward to basically make that dream happen. But at the end of the day, to make that dream happen, it's going to require you to basically just keep to yourself with it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, there's also another thing that can also trip you up when you start explaining everything without any results. You're going to face people that are going to hate on your hustle. What happens when you start getting peer pressure from people that you think might care about what you're doing, but then in reality, they don't really care? They're going to feed you bullshit and make you think, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't do what you're doing. They're going to try to derail you in some way. They're going to try and shift you from that sort of grind that you're on in terms of what you're trying to accomplish. Let me read the chats real quick. Dunk for Life, what's up, man? Hey, Frankie J. Hey, Joe CH. If y'all are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button.